Hello, everyone. Welcome to this interview. Today, I'm speaking with a very, very special group, the Aizuri Quartet. They're alumni of Salon de Virtuosi, and they won the career grant of Salon de Virtuosi in 2017, which was my first year as artistic director of the Salon. And I was absolutely thrilled to meet them. They're very, very special group, spectacular musicians, very interesting musicians. And I am really in awe of all the projects that I have been following, that they've been doing in the past years. They won lots of prizes. I can't even begin to list them. The grand prize and the management prize of the Concert Artists Guild competition, M prize for chamber music, Osaka competition in Japan. And besides that, they just have constantly really fascinating projects that they're working on. I went and heard them when they were quartet in residence at the Metropolitan Museum, and I saw them perform absolutely fabulous program there, which they curated and which was done really in a unique, fantastic way. Then we also featured them in an educational outreach concert where they introduced quartet music to 400 kids in a elementary school in the Bronx. And the kids were just in love with every single one of them, every single instrument, every single piece. And now during the pandemic, they are working on educational outreach videos, and they already launched 3 in the fall to help music teachers provide young students with opportunities to learn about string quartet, but not only that, learn rhythms, learn colors, learn about the instruments, and all kinds of great ideas. The videos are short, but full of interactive activities for kids. And they're accompanied by activity sheets that teachers or parents or adults can use to help the kids have fun with these videos. And I'm really pleased to have an opportunity to speak with the quartet today about these videos. So welcome. It's really great to see you, all of you. So let me quickly introduce you. Perhaps you guys can wave. We have one of the violinists is Emma, and Mijo is another violinist. Then we have Ayane, violist, and Karen on cello. Ladies, who came up with this idea during a pandemic to do videos for kids?
Thanks, Laura. I think it was something that the subject matter of all of these videos of interacting with a younger audience, with kids, is something that the group has always loved, and we've done a lot of children's shows at schools and as like a family concert at series a lot while pre-pandemic when we could still travel. And we just loved kind of curating themes and ideas to share with children that kind of correlate with whatever music and whatever pieces that we were carrying on tour at the time. And so when the pandemic happened and started and we were shut down, and we didn't have any more concerts, it was really hard for us not to be able to play live music together. And also at the same time, I was seeing a lot of friends, family members with younger children who were really struggling with trying to keep their kids active and occupied and just have something to do every day and make sure that their kids are stimulated in positive and educated ways. And I realized that one of the things that maybe we could do as a group is to create some of the skits that we've done on tour for live audiences, turn those into videos or digitize them in a certain way. And that's kind of where the idea came, was that we already have some great exercises that we do with kids with certain pieces, like why not make videos out of them and edit them in really fun ways so that kids can, not only enjoy watching a video, but also have some kind of musical education takeaway from the videos too. And I think that's something that we've discovered we really enjoyed doing during this pandemic.
Wow. I enjoyed them as well. Emma, what is your targeted audience for these videos? How older the kids?
Well, that was something that we talked about a lot when we were coming up with the idea, and I think our target audience group is about 3 to 9 years old. However, we think that the videos would hopefully resonate with older children, also like young adolescents, preteens, teens. We try to include a lot of elements um, that will hopefully be relatable for kind of a very wide audience. And I'm very happy to hear that you enjoyed watching them too. We're hoping that the parents will like watching the videos, the teachers will like watching the videos. But we did want them to be able to be understood, hopefully by younger kids, like 3-4 years old, because I think starting musical education that young is so important with so many instruments, and it's great if they can have these resources too.
3 of the episodes are already available for teachers and students. Can you tell us a little bit about these episodes? Emma, I know you did episode 2. And can you tell us some of the ways in which you're engaging the kids to interact, for example?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the first 3 episodes, we really wanted to highlight pieces of music that are some of the favorites for the quartet and maybe aren't as well known as like a Mozart or a Haydn string quartet. For our first episode, we focused on the first movement of Conlon Nancarrow's String Quartet Number 3, which is a really kind of wacky and zany piece that has a lot of rhythmic intricacies to it. And we had done a live version kind of this skit on tour last season where we picked animal names that corresponded syllable wise with the meters in each of our parts, because we're all playing in different meters at the same time, but our bars are supposed to equal each other. And so reciting those animal names together was a nice exercise to practice the rhythms that we then have to play. And then you end up hearing the piece. And Ayani created an amazing animation to go along with it. And then for the second episode that I kind of created the script and the story for, we focused on this amazing composer named Awa Kase Mare Diabate. She's also a griot singer, which is a traditional type of singing and storytelling originating in Africa. She's from Mali, Africa, and we were introduced to her and her music through the Kronos String Quartet. They included her as part of their 50 for the Future project, which is where they commissioned 50 composers, 25 men, 25 women, to write pieces to be recorded by them and then also shared online in an archive with all of the parts and scores downloadable for free. So it's a really great resource for students and professionals to kind of get to know different composers. So we came across Awa's music. And this quartet that she wrote is so special because she was inspired by hand clapping songs from her childhood, where typically young girls would kind of gather in a circle and create clapping patterns and sing songs along with them. So there's a clapping part in this movement of the piece that we focused on. That's in this movement played by the viola, so Ayana gets to lead the clapping. The rest of us play our parts, and in the beginning of the video, you learn about Awa, you learn how to clap along, and then as we play, we hope that the kids can interact with the video and feel like they're a part of the performance. And then our third episode is titled "What's in a Quartet?" And we thought it'd be really great to kind of break down the elements and the similarities and differences between our instruments, while also including a couple really beautiful Armenian folk songs, as well as a Dvorak piece that's really, really beautiful too.
Wow. This is all fantastic content, and it's so rich, and I'm really excited that you include so much new music, because kids can, it's never too early to introduce kids to new ideas, new sounds, and the future of our art, as well as some of the classical um, masterpieces. That's really, really exciting. So I should mention that Salon de Virtuosi, when we heard about this project, we wanted to support it. And these next three episodes will be launched in February, March, and April. Or February, April, and May, with the support of Salon de Virtuosi through some grants which we received from the City of New York, from NISCA, and from the Alpha Foundation. So we're very, very pleased to be able to support you further on the road of this adventure. I know that you mentioned that Ayane does some of the animation. So how about, are you guys all really good in technology? For example, Nico and Karen and Emma, are you able to like splice things together and do all of this, or is one of you in charge of this?
I think we're
Perhaps.
all like picking up these skills. Like I know Emma and Ayane did an incredible job with the first three episodes, with all of the video editing. And Karen and I, will now get a chance to learn and to really hone those skills as well. And I think that's been another really great, sorry, there's some sirens outside. But it's been a great chance for us to kind of develop and kind of take a look at new skills. And I think in addition to the technology part of it, the video editing part of it, another element has been creating the activity sheets, because that also let each of us kind of discover, what other than music would we be interested in sharing that's connected to each episode. So it might be something about geography or history or arts, some arts and crafts things that you can do that's tied to the episodes. And so I would really encourage everyone to check out the activity sheets, because I think that would be really fun ways to like see how music is connected to other subjects.
Yes, and you put a lot of information on these activities also about the composers I saw, and as well as things the kids can solve and color and participate. So that's all great ways to keep the engagement after watching the videos. So Miho, you were in charge of episode 5, Ayane was in charge of episode 4, and Karen was in charge of episode 6. Perhaps we can start really quickly with Ayane. Just give us an idea what we are to expect from this episode 4.
Yeah, so this next episode that we're going to launch is based in science. So we've had some like math and some history and culture, and this next one is about space and music. And so it kind of explores what kind of sounds do things out in space make, or what could they make, and it also kind of explores the idea of what a composer is, and we'll have a guest scientist and also a guest composer who will kind of take us on a journey of creating music while we see all these things that are out in space.
Wow. I'm very excited to see that. That episode will be launched on February 15, and you have a special website for that called it's on your regular website, but you have a tab called Aizuri Kids, so anybody could find it if you just Google it, or you can also follow Salon de Virtuosi. By the way, my puppy came here. She wants to say hi to everybody. That's Coco. She loves to do the interviews with me.
Hi, Coco.
Hi. All right. So, how about episode 5? Miko is in charge of that. Can you remind us what month that will launch? Obviously, we will let our audience know, but just tentatively, what date we decide?
Early April.
Great.
Yeah. And so this one will be kind of a snack break. The music that'll be featured will be Beethoven, one of his late quartets. And you know, when we talk about music, we talk often, or, you know, when the quartet is rehearsing, there's a lot of imagery involved, you know, like what do we see, or what kind of image do we have for it, you know, for the music. And so a lot of other times you talk about mood, you know, what kind of mood is this? What kind of atmosphere are you trying to create? And I thought it would be interesting for this episode to think about textures and through food. So, you know, is something really creamy or is something really crunchy? And then how, you know, how would that be portrayed in sound?
Wow. Yeah, that's terrific. And how about the last episode, which we will be launching this spring, episode 6? And I know our cellist Karen is in charge of it. What is the theme for that episode?
So the theme will be a song called Freight Train by the African-American folk and blues musician Elizabeth Cotten. She lived from the late 19th century until 1987, had a really fascinating life. So this song, which is a really beloved tune, in American folk music. It's actually a tune that my 3-year-old and 6-year-old nephews both love. So I was really like just loving them, like singing it, playing it on the violin by ear. And I thought it would be fun to explore the history of the banjo, explore the history of Elizabeth Cotten's life, the circumstances of her life and of the song being written, but also to write a new arrangement of the song for the quartet and to create a new animation to go with it. So it'll be centered around that song, and also I think encouraging children to explore some of their creative hidden talents as well.
Are you doing the animation or?
Yeah, so I'll be creating an animation. I might be collaborating with my husband, who does a lot of animation too. So really looking forward to that. And that'll be launching in mid-May. Yeah.
Fantastic. Wow. So you guys really are multi-talented. So you're able to do all this stuff with technology and animation and drawing and coming up with these concepts. And I'm truly impressed. And so is Coco. She wanted to come and congratulate you on these videos. And once again, I want to invite everyone from our audience, from Salon de Virtuosi, adults and kids, to join us on this adventure. The 3 videos that they produced in the fall and winter are already online, so you can watch them anytime, share them with your classes, share them with your children, grandchildren, nephews, nieces, friends who are still spending a lot of time indoors this winter. And the 3 upcoming episodes with the support of Salon de Virtuosi will be launched starting February 15th. Once again, thank you guys for taking the time to talk to us and introducing these videos. It was a great, great pleasure to see you and to talk to you a bit here on Zoom. Have a good day.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Lora. Thank you.